Welcome back to Let's Play Might and Magic 7, Episode 14. Syndrome here with Breaking the Stream Gaming. I took care of a few administrative things between videos. I went ahead and sorted inventories and sold off some equipment that we did not need. I also picked up the 10,000 gold that the rulers of Arathia and Tularia had deposited into my bank account. I also went around and trained a few skills that had not been elevated. So I took Mace Expert on the Paladin here, Spirit Magic also, and I believe that was everything. So first off, I noticed something in a chest which the latest round of renovations of Castle Harmondale revealed. So opening up this chest, there's a letter to Haribow, who, if you recall, is the disguised goblin in the middle of town. And this reveals that the signal fires are indeed a trap. So I'm thinking that now that I have that note, I can go and talk to him and see if he'll reveal himself, which it doesn't really add anything to the game, but it's a little bit satisfying.
Greetings.
So with that letter in hand, I can now reveal Haribow as a traitor. He reverts back into a goblin and attacks us, but that is, of course, not going to work out very well for him. Okay. I believe that is basically everything that we need to do in Harmondale. Oh, actually, I can pick up the quest to become a master archer. Okay. This involves going into the Titan stronghold, I believe, to find the perfect bow. This is one of the toughest dungeons in the game, but I think it's also the best place to get endgame loot. So this dungeon is filled, absolutely filled, with nothing but titans and dragons. So everything that we kill there is going to drop basically a piece of loot equivalent to what we found at the beginning of the game off that dragon. So that's going to really fill out our stats. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to head over to Arathia and turn in the Paladin promotion quest. That'll give us access to Master Body Magic. So now that Bale has been promoted to Hero, he can learn a few new tricks. So Master Body Magic is taught in Tatalia. Actually, I believe that we're currently missing quite a few skills which require us to go to Tatalia. Repair Item Master is Tatalia. Spear Expert is Tatalia. Mace Master is Tatalia. Body Master, also Tatalia. And that might be all of them. Yeah, I think that's it. But still, that's a good number of reasons to go to Tatalia. So I believe that is going to be our next destination. Luckily, the carriage here will take us there. Once we get to Tatalia, I'll drop down a Lloyd's beacon so that we can return here whenever we need to. So we don't really need this beacon back in Bracada anymore, so I'm just going to override that. Then we will start our buffing process. So we always start with Hour of Power, just because I'm not sure if haste reduces the recovery time for spells being cast, but in case that it does. I think that the only things left to cast are Flight and Torchlight. Then we'll just go ahead and heal up at the church. Okay, let's go pick up a few skills before we do anything else. So if I recall right, Spear Expert is here. We'll now need to take a trip to Avley to get her to Master Spear, but all in due time. Repair Item Master is in the southern area, I believe. One of these is the mace teacher, I believe. These other ones I'm a little bit less confident of. Nope, maybe it's in the town proper. Or actually, it might be in the town up in the mountains. Let's see, what else do we need here? We need mace, and we need body. I believe Body Master is taught in town here. There we go. So now that he's a master of body magic, we can teach him protection from magic. That is another important buff. Unfortunately, he'll never be able to cast it at the Grandmaster level, which gives immunity to death and eradication effects, which are unfortunately going to become quite common in the last few quests in the game. But I will take what I can get. Just want to make sure that I don't miss the mace tutor. Okay. This NPC over here will collect the paintings. And it gives us a reward of 50,000 gold and quite a bit of experience, so that was kind of a nice reward. I'm now going to take a trip up in the mountains here and see if we can, in fact, learn Mace Master up here. I wonder if I was mistaken about the training location on that. I don't believe that there's any other NPCs in the area. Okay, well, if I did make a mistake on that, I have Lloyd speaking here now, so I'll be able to return quite quickly. Since I'm here, I might as well head into the Mercenaries Guild. So this is for the Ranger Lord promotion quest. Basically, the Heart of the Forest, I believe it's called, has been stolen, and they're holding it here. With our light magic buffs, we're really just going to steamroll over all of these guys.
That was easy.
Picking up loot as we go. Alright, Champions of the Sword, that's a little bit more powerful, but definitely nothing that we can't handle.
Was that supposed to hurt?
And thanks to the vampiric weapons that we have, we are basically coming out of these fights unscathed, although I will go ahead and put up regeneration now. Now that he's casting that at the master level, it restores quite a bit more hit points. That is a little bit more dangerous. Syndrome was knocked out, but nothing we can't handle. Fortunately, I think that Syndrome missed out on a good amount of experience there from kills while he was unconscious. Accidentally found a secret door there. He's still ahead in the experience count because we did complete the Sorcerer promotion quest. so his experience should be comparable to the Paladin. So he lost out on about 6,500, but that's not the end of the world.
I think I got... This is weak.
This is a note from Mr. Malwick, the NPC from the starting island, who offered us that wand. I believe that the investor that he mentioned is actually the head of his mercenary guild.
I think I got it. This is weak. This is weak. Figures.
At this point, any decent loot that I find that is not already enchanted, I'm going to go ahead and give to the wizard so that he can enchant it. It's for either our own use or for increased selling price. Now, there has to be another door around here to access these NPCs, I think.
No match for me! I think I got it. This is weak. This is weak. I think I got it. I think I got it.
Here we have Heart of Wood. Now that we have that, we can return back to Tularia and turn that into the old tree. There's one NPC who made it out, but I think that I'll just let him live. It's not worth chasing him down. Okay. Now that that's out of the way. Oh, that's right. He was knocked unconscious, so the flight spell ended. So I'll recast that. Now, I could round up all the trolls here and quickly kill them with fireballs. That's actually not a terrible idea. Why don't I go ahead and do that? They should be worth a fair amount of experience, and it shouldn't take all that long to do it. I'll go ahead and shoot them with arrows while I move them in. You know, that actually reminds me. I never enchanted these bows that we have. So I'm going to take off everybody's bows and give them some enchantments. So we'll do an extra 2 to 5 damage. Not a ton, but it adds up. And both of the others were Bows of Doom, which I suppose maybe I should have saved before I did that, but what can you do? So I'm going to go ahead and switch my readied spell with the Fireball. And I'm just going to back up and ping them a little bit. You know, I don't even need to do this. I'm just going to shoot through them very quickly with melee. Yeah, the vampiric weapons make a huge difference.
Abracadabra!
Especially once we are doing the increased damage that we do with the light magic buffs. So there should be another set of trolls over in this area.
Too easy.
These will fall easily, I believe.
I can't believe it!
Okay, that should be all the trolls. Now, I'm going to make my way over here to this altar. I think that that's the last one that I need for the Druid promotion quest, so I should be able to return to Tularia and turn that in. But for now, I'm just going to go over here and collect the obelisk clue and a little bit of loose change. Okay, next up is the Vampire's Cellar. It's a very short but rather difficult dungeon. I think that with our equipment and buffs, we should be able to manage it just fine, but we'll see. I'm just doing a quick check to see if I
It's closed.
missed the mace teacher in this area. Well, it looks like I didn't. Okay, into the wine cellar.
Let's go!
Bats are obviously nothing to worry about, but the issue is these Queens of the Dead. So these have a damage shield, I believe, so whenever we hit them, we're actually going to be causing quite a bit of damage to ourselves.
I think I got it. This is weak.
That's a rather nice suit of chainmail. It's antique, so it's worth quite a bit more money. Oh, okay. Syndrome taking a little bit of a dark nap right here. I think that the damage shield that the Queen of the Dead has caused him to kind of explode from all the damage he was doing. So I'll just go ahead and heal everybody. I'm gonna have to... Don't have to rebuff, thankfully. The only thing that dropped was flight. We don't need that right now. So I'll head back in. Yeah, Queens of the Dead are very dangerous because of that damage shield. Dark magic is just very powerful and not something that I like dealing with.
We'll find a use for this.
Vampires, on the other hand, I don't mind dealing with at all. Here we have a nice little treasure room.
I think I got it. Figures. This is weak.
Ooh, Ace Unicorn. You know, I don't think that I actually have any
I think I got
equipment that recovers spell points over time.
This is weak.
I'm not going to use that,
Figures.
but I am going to keep an eye out
think
for
I
when I'm
got
enchanting things, and
figures.
hopefully I'll make something that
This is
will
weak.
let me do that.
This is weak. Figures.
Okay, I believe that that's all that we need to do here. Other than that little snafu with Syndrome dying, that went fairly well.
You need medical take care.
I'm going to go ahead and... Actually, is there anything else that we even need to do here? Let me take a quick look in here. No, I believe, actually, one last...
Good as new.
We have two of the statues which go on pedestals in 3 different zones of the game. I'm not sure if we have the right one for Tatalia, but we might as well check. I think that the statue is off in this corner here. Yep, looks like we did have the correct one. There are a few more trolls that we could fight, but I think that I will just proceed onwards. So my next destination is going to be Avley, so I'll see where the stable will take us, but I think that this is a good place to call the video. So I will pick up next time when we explore the quests in Avley. Thanks for watching.